Welcome to Mexican Rice with Matt and Shondale, the Frugal Foodies 72. This is our journey with Mexican rice, and we also made pork al pastor tacos. We eat tacos probably 2-3 times a week, and this is the journey. So right there, I'm rinsing the rice. I've got 2 cups of rice there, and I'm rinsing and basically getting that rice nice and starch-free and getting all the starch off of it and preparing it so it's nice and dry and starch-free for when I put it in the pan to toast it, basically in oil. And this is the series of events that you've got to go through to get this rice prepped and get the milk off of it. And this is my little setup. I've got a strainer that I use religiously for this and a little catch bowl under it, and this is my technique. I do this for Mexican rice and for my Asian dishes if you want rice that doesn't stick together. Now, if you want a little gloopier rice, skip this step and just go ahead and use your normal rice. But I like separate grains. So this is what's going in the rice. This is 3 cups of liquid, basically, or salsa, to 2 cups of rice. And I've got a can of stewed tomatoes in there and some garlic, cilantro, cumin, salt, pepper, 1 jalapeno, and some green onion. And that's been blitzed, and now I'm taking over as part of my prep for my rice. There's my made-in all-carbon steel saute pan. This is the prep on the ingredients going in the rice. This is, I'd say that's about a cup of carrots, and I'm dicing those. Those will get diced along with about 3 small cloves of garlic that'll come up right after this, but this is my fancy knife skills. This is real time. This isn't sped up or anything. Anyway, there's my Shun knife. I love the Shun stainless steel Damascus knives. This is the garlic. So I'm, using fresh garlic. Gives the best flavor. I do have chopped garlic in the fridge, but fresh garlic works best if you only have to use a little, and that's all I had to use, and this was a little. And this rice made enough for 2 meals. So it was enough for the tacos, and then we had it the next night with pork chops as well. It's planning ahead, guys. So there's the made-in pan. It's nicely seasoned, and it's getting there's your prep. There's your salsa, which is basically your water substitution. And I've got garlic, carrots. There's the rice that's been dried and rinsed, or rinsed and dried. I'm kind of knocking it around a little bit to knock the rest of the moisture out of it. You can see it turning in there, so it's pretty dry. There's peas back there too. There's about 1.25 cups of peas. I like peas and carrots in my rice, and it adds vegetable and makes it a little healthier. So there's me kind of moaning about my crappy electric stove. I'm a chef and I hate electric stoves. Showing you the utensils you need for that. You need a nice lid. You need a nice wooden spoon there. So there's about 3 tablespoons of veg oil, maybe 4. To go with your 2 cups of rice. I'm showing you the prep, the carrots and the garlic and the salsa and all the peas that are going to go into this. So there's the smoke point on the oil. Rice is going in. What you're going to do here, you're just going to toast your rice. So you're going to flip and stir and toast it for about 5 to 10 minutes. You want it to get a little color. You can turn your heat down a little bit once the rice is in there and you start to see some color. You can turn that heat down and so you don't burn your rice, which is what I did. And then when my rice was nice and toasted, I added in the carrots. The carrots I'll cook for a minute or 2 before I'll put the garlic in there, because the garlic will burn if you put it in really quick. So you want to take your time and cook your veg, the hard veg like the carrots, in with the toasted rice. And then I'll add the garlic in after I've got my carrots basically al dente. And that should be right now. Yeah, here's the garlic. So the garlic goes in. You're going to cook it a little bit. I made a little spot in the middle there so you can get garlic right on the hot carbon steel, and it'll start toasting pretty good. And there it's all mixed up. It looks like it's toasted. I'm putting cumin seed in there. That's cumin seed. It gives a nice earthy cumin flavor to it, and you just can't substitute that with powder. So I keep both of them around. So here comes the salsa, or the water substitute for your rice, which gives it a ton of flavor. Again, that's basically a salsa with chicken stock in it. to give it a little bit more of a thin cooking liquid. And I add a little bit more chicken stock here just because it, you know, I'm a chef and I eyeballed it and it needed a little bit more. So we pull the kernels back down in the rice and get that boiling. And then I believe we're going to add the peas here in a minute. And the peas will be the final thing to get into the pan before you let it boil. And then cover it. And rice takes nominally about 11 minutes. So there's the rice. And this is me jumping out to the EVO grill. This is our flat top grill. It's about a 36-inch outdoor grill. As you can see, it's running about a 30,000 BTU burner under it. There's the El Pastor pork that I've got marinated. I buy it at the local Mexican market in Springdale called Mi Tienda. Great marinated pork with adobo and jalapeno, onion, garlic. It's got big chunks of onion in there too. It's an amazing product, and it's fairly cheap there, so we just buy a couple pounds at a time. We throw them in the freezer, and we pull it out as we need to. So there's me at real time, just really moving through the saute process. Anyhow, that's how quick. Actually, that grill is really fast. One of the reasons we use it is because it's super powerful and puts a really good char on everything you eat and make. And this one, we can use it for the meat, and then the tortillas go right on afterwards. And I'm showing you the tortilla bowl there. There comes the pastor off. The pastor is done. Sorry it's dark out. We got going a little late tonight, but you can kind of get an idea. Okay, there's the pastor. And then I'll get the tortillas on pretty quick and get them toasted up nice and warm. A little bit of color on them. And then we'll take those inside and start making our tacos. So this is me basically putting those tortillas down and flipping them. And once you flip them once, they'll start to bubble if you put a little hand pressure on them. And that opens up the air pockets in the corn tortillas and makes them a little bit lighter, a little bit chewier, not so dense. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pressing down on a little bit to get them to bubble just a little, and then flip them again, and then they come off. There's me getting the bowl ready, and here come the tortillas. So I know this is a long process, but this is how you get authentic, street tacos or El Pastor. There's my beautiful wife, Shondale, getting a little upset that I'm filming her without makeup on. And she's flipping black beans. And there's some beers. That's Pacifico. That's our favorite beer from Mexico. Here we are. Cheers. Love you. Love you. Give me a kiss. Oh, I would guess I will. Anyway, there's our beers. There's the finished rice with peas and carrots and that salsa. It's done. It's been sitting on the stove for about 10 minutes. The black beans are over there next to it. That rice is beautiful. It's got a lot of flavor, tons of flavor. With the chicken stock and all the salsa that we made in there, it's just an amazing thing. And when you fry it like that and toast it, it's just crazy good. It's the only way to make Spanish rice. So here's the finished ensemble. There's Shondale showing off the rice, all Vanna White style. And black beans, al pastor, aged Hispanic cheese. There's tortillas in there. I'm going to show you the tortillas finished, nice and toasted. Some limes for our beers, some good salsa, we use Greek yogurt, and then there's some shredded cheese there. But that is our deal. I hope you enjoyed. Cheers.